I have so many things to share with people this week, and it's hard to know where to start. It's got a whole list of things where I've been chatting to people about different things they're stuck on. So the first one I'm going to actually share today is something that keeps popping up, which is people are building audiences and then finding that they have built the wrong kind of audience because they didn't realize who their ideal client was, and that was because they hadn't recognized who their seeding client is in the triangle. I did a piece of content, I think back in October about this. So if you want that video, just let me know and I will find it and share that with you. But I just wanted to go through the reason why this is really important. Now, most people try to fix their marketing at the wrong level. They start with content ideas, headlines, targeting funnels, and it all feels harder than it should. And that's because it comes down to missing one step. And that is like working out who you want to work with and then working out what they need. Can you serve them? And then how do you attract those people? How do you attract those people? Okay, now there's one way of doing it, and that's to go out and network with people, go out, get out into the world, go hang out in events where these people are likely to hang out. Go do that anyway, but also make sure your content is aligned with those people. And if you're using 𝗪𝘁𝘁 strategy, make sure your power content and your conversion multipliers are aligned with those types of people. So before you think about what you want to post, you want absolute clarity on what we call your seeding client is. Your seeding clients are the people who make your business a joy to run. These are the people who you just get results really quickly for. These are the people who just love working with, and the ones where everything just kind of flows and it feels like a dream. And you know, if you could work with 20, 30, 40 people like these, then your business would feel very light, very, very fast. But this is where most people I meet trip up, okay? They are relying on demographics, job titles, age ranges, interest, the old kind of market research stuff. Now, that does not work when you're building audiences through content online, especially social media. What matters most is what those dream clients are actually stuck on, the problems they have, what problem finally pushed them to reach out, what made them ready to take action with you, what made the implementation feel easy for both them and yourself as well. Because if you can recognize all these things, you gear all your content towards those problems and those people and your solutions that you have for them. Okay, everything then just becomes so simple. Because one is, you know who you're calling out. You will know how to write a polarizing headline that attracts the right people and pushes all the people who your service is not for away, because you will not be going too broad. You stop building audiences full of people who are never going to need your service, because it's always down to quality, not quantity. You want a quantity of quality people, of course. What's the point of having a massive audience of thousands and thousands, of hundreds of thousands of people who are not aligned with what you have to offer? It's no point. It's almost like giving out tickets to a 𝗃 concert to people who like Mozart, isn't it? Okay, so just think about that. You want to bring attention of your service or what it is you sell to the people who need what you've got. I got to tell you, if this sorry, I'm tripping over my words, so I'm so busy today, but if this step is skipped, then everything else fails. Everything downstream just gets messy. You end up having hundreds of calls with people and you just keep getting off the call going, that lead was wrong. That is not the conversation I'm expecting to have. You just end up with the wrong audience, basically. And you either have weak engagement or just lots and lots of leads who don't even know what they're talking to. So let's start at that ceiling. Let's get clear on who your best clients really are beyond putting a label on them and demographics. Because once you have that nailed, everything else just gets easier. It actually becomes obvious. Now, if you want, I actually created several simple exercises, and I've got one that I'm using with clients to work this out properly right now in just a few minutes. It takes 5 minutes. Just asks you the right questions to think about. So if you want that, just comment, let's say triangle. Comment triangle below, and I will make sure I make a note on my massive database of which one it is, so I can just give it straight to you. Okay? So if you want that, comment triangle below and I'll share it with you. Actually, let me just pause this and I'll show you what it looks like. This is to show you how simple this will be. Basically, you're going to identify the type of client you can get your results of really, really quickly, smoothly. and with the least amount of friction, just based upon real experience rather than guesswork. So if you've been in business for a while and you're wondering why the leads coming through on your calls just don't sound right, this is where the problem always lies. It's like your marketing is attracting the wrong people. And what's happening for a lot of people right now is their marketing team is going way too broad, thinking that volume is the key. And it's not. You want to be calling out the right types of people, especially right now if you're using Facebook marketing and the Andromeda. Okay, because that's exactly what it's for. It's for identifying what type of person is going to watch what you've got put out there. And if you're putting out broad content, then it's just going to attract the wrong people. But can you imagine if you've got your content geared towards those people who actually need what you've got? Okay, so you're just defining an ideal client as someone you already know how to help. You've already been helping these types of people, and you can just recognize the situation almost in the moment. You look at it and you go, oh, I just know what to do with that person. It's that feeling inside like, oh my gosh, if they come to me, I know exactly how I'd help them and I can get their results really fast. Okay, so the way you do this, you just think back over your past clients or customers and you just write down, where did results show up quickly? Who did get results really quickly? And who did understand? What type of person was it who understood? What had they done before? Just list all this down. It doesn't need to be exact, just brain dump, okay? But just get a clear list of people and write out a story about them if you like. It just depends how you like to convey your information to yourself. Okay, that's all this is about. There's no right way, wrong way of doing this. But the idea is that you're just thinking about this. You're going, who was it that followed the instructions without any kind of like, oh, we don't like this, or we don't do that sort of thing. And who did not need that constant motivation, reassurance that this is okay. And who just came in and went, and they're in a position where they just go, oh, that makes so much sense. I wish you found you earlier. Yeah, so all of this is to help you. And you see how short this is, okay? Now, if you get this content done, if you want this, just comment triangle below or send us over. But if you fill this out and you want help writing your polarizing headline to actually put onto your ads, then you show me you've done this and I will write you 5 very unique and individual polarizing headlines as well for your content.